working, it's working. Mm, mm, mm. Bro, this guy doesn't know how to. Oh yeah, he's on the next box. So. Okay. Bam, badam, badam, badam. Okay. Let me just grab a different controller. Yeah, hello Buzzlex, by the way. Hello Buzzlex and the other two. The internet is looking beautiful, as most of the people have bad internet at the moment. Someone joined. Hello. It works. It works. Attendance to be looking that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, not 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14 people. It's a little bit worse than round 1, as I think in round 1 it was like full grid, but anyways, it's still alright numbers. 14 people, I mean, it's still not bad. Let me just get the track info real quick. I just have to find from some league that has the track info, because on the okay, there it is. There it is. France, circle length 5.842 kilometers, laps 27. At the moment with the attendance, short qualifying anyways. First Grand Prix held in 1971 with a completely different layout, with this layout that we have right now on this game. Still, it has debuted in 2008 with this layout in this location. I'm guessing 1971. I'm only guessing, so don't take that for granted. I think the sound from my headphones will be good. Corners 15 to the Euro zones on the start finish straight and on the main straight from on the exit of turn 7 going to turn 8. Best rotating places are turn 1, turn 3. Actually, not turn 3. Turn 3 is not a very good overtaking spot. Turn 8 and 9, maybe 10. if you get a good run, you can still easily fit 4 people wide there. 2 people wide there into 10, so it's still good. And then turn 15. But like the best ones are turn 1, turn 8 and 9. Still somewhat decent racing spots are turn 10, turn 11, turn 15. Those are still somewhat alright places to overtake it, but other than that, yeah, nothing much spectacular. Yeah, this week I'm alone. I don't know why have I just got an invite from aviation since I'm already here, but an extra invite, and if the game just decides randomly to kick me out, then it'll be good. I don't know why this sounds so weird. Can now maybe now should be better. Maybe now should be better. I have no clue. It's mainly just from my headphones, so that the sound wouldn't be that bad, but oh, that's you. Oh, well, hello, aviation. How you doing with your keyboard? I mean, to be honest, it's whatever. I don't really care on what you drive. Is it on a keyboard, controller, or wheel? Or I don't know, even on your desk somehow, or the old joystick, like the old ones. But yeah, can't do it. It looks 11 people, so it is. Oh, nice. Depends obviously how competitive the league is, but I mean, a win is a win. A win is a win. I don't blame you. Everyone has different skill levels, and obviously with their limited equipment that some people have. For example, like you, aviation, a little bit of limitation there is with a keyboard. But yeah, 12 people. I just closed down my laptop. Let me just take a look from my phone. I don't think the standings are out yet, but pretty much what you've seen last the draws are meant to ready up now. But if you saw the last race, what happened there? Then Jersey got the win. And pretty much I only remember Jersey getting win, and I think Solly getting a P2. That's pretty much it that I remember from that race, from like race results, because that race was like everything. It has pretty much everything. Yeah, ready, guys are ready to ready up. So we're going with it all of a sudden from like full grid to 12 people. Beautiful. 10 out of 10. Nah, but just like some people are just fed up with this game, or they don't have that much time right now. They couldn't find time. For example, Jamie, the reigning world champion. But we will see. We will see how this race will go with the short qualifying and then the race. 27 laps with 12 people. I mean, it's like I'm saying, not the best, but it's still better than 8, better than 4, better than 3. Like, Jesus Christ, F1 2021 PS side in this league, Jesus Christ. Preseason 3 people, round 1 4 people. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then as well, for some people, it just must be really boring. Or for all of them, pretty much. It's not raining, but it's cloudy out here in France. Do we have no, we don't have the Ferraris, any of the Ferraris. Alright, let me just take a look from the race director because it's easy for me to look from the race director what teams are in here. So you have the one AlphaTauri, 2 Haas's, an AlphaTauri, Haas, Williams, Red Bull, Aston, Williams, Mercedes, McLaren, Haas, Aston, Alpine, Alfa Romeo. So there isn't Ferrari. There's no Ferraris. Is there anyone? Is there any other team? Can't think of any. Can't think of really any. I mean, there's as well an Alpine. Probably the first one to be out on track. Then in Capisons. Second one to be out on track. I mean, pretty much everyone is gonna be on the softs. I don't really expect anyone to be other than on the softs. So usually only two people out on track. Come on, Bobby. Jersey, maybe aviation. Oh, there is Ursu out on track. Out on track, so it's very nice, very nice. As well, Solly out on track. There's some not Consti, Solly. There's a Red Bull, that's aviation. Just put the camera down for my headphones. Just for my own sake. Bobby's rounding off the 2 final corners as there's basically everyone coming out of the pits. Just only now. It's a very interesting tactic for some people. Bobby going to turn 1 and into turn 2. Nice, could have been a little bit faster. Well, what is Will Walsh doing? He has a 3 race ban. Basically half a season ban, you could say. Almost half a season ban. First sector. Decent 22.522 first sector. As well the fastest one, since he's the only one to be on a qualifying lap. There is open. We'll check Capisons, who has invalidated his lap. So Bobby is the only one to be on a flying lap. There's of course going to be Ursu shortly, and the people ahead of him, but he's lost it on the X of turn 8. He's lost it on the X of turn 8. I don't know if he's going to try and continue 51.766, but that mistake could have cost him like 4 tenths, maybe 4 tenths, maybe half second, maybe if we're trying to be ridiculous here. Seems to be still pushing out of their yellow flags, causing by drivers who are trying to start their flying laps. Here's the first sector. See, I don't know, right, but aviation guy, is he blocking? Yeah, he blocked Bobby, I think, on a flying lap. But anyway, Ursu spun on the X of turn that's 6, and the X of turn 6. Shaza first sector, still not. No one has set a flying lap. Shaza, pretty similar first sector, 22.527. Behind him, that's Kirazo. First sector, 22.533. So it's pretty much everyone is on the same. Solly is 1/10 faster than the 2 drivers ahead. Consti, no, he has invalidated. That's Jersey. No, we don't see his second sector. Shaza. Second sector 50.304. Then Kirazu 50.646, and then Solly 50.229. So Solly is still a tenth faster than Shazza. Kirazu lost a ton of time through that second sector all of a sudden. Maybe a mistake on the X of turn 6, maybe in turn 8 and 9. Maybe. I don't know, I didn't see any of the mistakes. But Shazam has not been validated, not spun on the X of the final corner. So he's gonna cross the line to take the provisional pole position, obviously. 130.2, 322. Kirazu goes P2, a full second behind Kirazu. Solely a mistake on his lap as well. That's above 8 tenths slower than Shazza. He was like a tenth up on Shazza's time through the second sector, but all of a sudden lost 9 tenths, almost a second through the third sector. So it must have been a massive mistake. Jersey goes P4 and Aviation Kite goes P5. For Aviation Kite, it's going to be very hard to keep it on within the track limits. I mean, obviously, it for me would have been difficult on the keyboard since I haven't driven on a keyboard on this game. AMG goes P6, 147.536. But again, that's pretty much a mistake on his lap or something. I don't know. I don't know if he's going on another. Do we see a red flashing lap? No, he's 1.5 tenths down on his lap and he spins on the X of turn 6. Yeah, we see that the tires are cooked as well, so he's not on a flying lap. Solid going in. Yeah, he's going in. Kirazu in. Jersey in. Yeah, pretty much it's boring. Like watching paint drying on a wall. It's as same boredness, if that's even a word. It's the same boredom as the Miami Grand Prix at the moment. At least for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty boring for me. Okay, I didn't see this coming, but 3 seconds out of Joe. Jesus. And Joe is the 2021 Xbox side champion by half a point. So okay. Bobby spun on his out lap, Genie on an out lap, and Consti on an out lap in the third sector, but this third sector is pretty damn long. Capisons as well on an out lap, so basically half the grid is on an out lap, and the second half the first half of the grid have set us some kind of a time, and then the second half of this lap grid has not set even a time. Goodness sake, what am I saying? Constantly starting his flying lap. We'll check his lap. Oh, there's Yursu. Oh, that was Yursu. That was Blitzy Crows. That was pretty close. The first 2 corners, I guess it was fairly alright, as his exit of turn 2 was fairly decent. Into turn 2, 3, 4, and then 5. That's Kirazu spun. Consti's first sector 22.8. So that's 3 tenths slower than Shazza already. Genie as well on a flying lap. Let me just check Genie's first sector. As he did go off track, but did not get invalidated. Interesting. Let me just check Consti real quick. Second sector 51.226. Genie. That's even 2 tenths slower than Consti. 2 tenths slower than Consti even. Bobby. Apparently fastest first sector. I never believed that. Maybe in Bobby's side could be true, but I still never trust it. I never trust it. Genie second sector 51.318. Consti Oh, that's Bobby spun again. Or ruined his lap. Constantly goes up to P5, 131.946. 110 behind Jersey, but like 1.5 tenths faster than Aviation Guy. Yeah, like pretty much 1.5 tenths slower. Now we'll try and keep up with this grid. Genie coming around the final corner. There is open. And coming across the line, he is gonna go behind Consti 132.127. About little. Yeah, about 2 tenths slower than Consti. Even their yellow flags on the main straight. Interesting. Bobby. Oh no, he just invalidated his lap, I guess. Capizon's on a flung lap, 50.822 through the second sector, so it's a decent time at the moment for him. Rounding off the final corner, I think I heard the full traction kind of limiter, but anyways, coming around, finishing his lap, it's P4, 131.484 for the McLaren driver. There's Consti's here. Let me just try and like find myself. Emin is not on a flying lap. The driver behind, I doubt he's not on a flying lap. No, he's not. At least that's what I think. King is improving on his lap by 46 thousandths, but he spins on the exit of turn 11. Again, a mistake through the third sector, since he was gaining a little bit through the second sector, so I guess first and second sectors they were normal, but then the third one was with a mistake. So the runner-up for the previous seasons, or basically the vice champion from season 1, struggling a little bit here in France. Solly improves on his time by almost 6 cents, but it still stays in P2. Bobby goes up to P3, improves on his lap, or sets a lap actually, to P3. Capizon's into the pits. Kirazu not on a flying lap. Who would be on a flying lap? Shazar was improving, not anymore. I mean, he is still improving, but he won't. But his lap won't be counted because he has invalidated his lap. Scherzi, no, he is not on a flying lap. Yursu, no, he's not on a flying lap since he doesn't have enough fuel and he's not using his ERS. Woody, meanwhile, has come to the track, joined in. Shazza straight into the pits like a rocket. I don't think anyone is on a flying lap. I mean, Scherzi is going to be on a flying lap. You're into the pits. Kirazu not on a flying lap. Is he going to be even? I mean, he has enough fuel and ERS to be on a flying lap for our next lap. Yeah. So Scherzi at the moment is the only one to be on a flying lap, I would guess. Pretty decent first 2 corners. Into turn 3. Very close to the track limits. Turn 4 as well, pretty close to the curb. Turn 5 and then turn 6. 22.553. Well, that rear was a little bit sketchy there, but still 3.5 tenths of improvement through the first sector. There is open now on the main straight. What's his top speed is going to be on the straight? 336 kilometers an hour, but he loses it on the exit of turn 8 like Bobby did. But Bobby kind of saved it, even though on the qualifying that's still pretty bad. Scherzi just completely loses it on the exit, and his lap is done. He's now 6.2 seconds down. So again, no one on a flying lap. He doesn't even invalidate his lap. No one on a flying lap. Capizon's out on track on an out lap. Aviation guy as well on a flying lap. Though he has very little ERS. How has he managed to do that? strange. Is this... what the fuck? Wait. I need to see the ERS deployment. It's not regain. What the fuck? Okay, I guess it's a glitch since he's not regaining his ERS, even though he has 56% ERS, and he's not losing, he's not gaining. What the hell? And anyways, now the drivers are, or some have come out of the pits to avoid traffic. And they should succeed in that, since at this point on, personally, I would get out now for those who still haven't gotten out of their pits. Let me just see who is on a where to look at. Capizons is on a flying lap. Turn 3 invalidated as he cut turn 3. And well, it depends if he wants to do another lap or not. Aviation guy is on a flying lap. We'll see his lap. Turn 3. Nice little curb. Turn 4 as well, the same. Turn 5. Aviation guys is 22.892 second sector, so that's a 10th of improvement. Let me just try and see who else on a flying lap. So no, I don't think the aviation guy is the only on a flying lap. So that was almost to cut the track. Basically to get your lap invalidated. Aviation guy still on a flying lap, or just now focus on the aviation guy. 2 times of improvements through the second sector, and now turn 12. Pretty high speed corner. The rear tires are completely cooking. They're over 100 degrees, as well as the fronts are almost cooking. I mean, they're pretty much on the border, or they are. Those tires are cooking. Turn 14, a little bit wide. Turn 15, missed the apex completely. You have to give a little bit of the doubt that he's on a keyboard, but anyways, comes to Krasan. He improves his lap by 4 tenths, but stays in 9th for now. Okay, now who is on the flying laps? Because I have no idea. Shaza is on his flying lap, at least. Bobby will not improve his lap. Crash on the X of turn 7. Very weird that he lost the car there. Genie is not on a flying lap, but he's not letting Shaza as he spins on the X of turn 12. That was sort of... I mean, you could consider it blocking if you want, but I wouldn't really say it. The clock has hit 0, so the times are final. Woody, what's his time gonna be? It's gonna be behind the aviation guy, so he's gonna be 10th. Who is on their flying laps? Aviation guy is not on the flying laps, so it's Jersey. No, that wasn't Jersey, that's Emin. Second sector 51.112, so it's nowhere near Shaz's time, I don't think. Behind him, Yursu is on a flying lap on the mediums, so he won't have any, like, I mean, it's still a somewhat competitive time for some, but he's gonna be nowhere near Shaza, that's for sure. Okay, let me just look at Emin, and then look at everyone else after that. Emin, turn 15, yeah, pretty good. Deer is open. There is Shaza's time. Solis, he is gonna be behind. No, he is ahead of aviation guy. Yursu goes up to P6, surprisingly. Jersey goes up to P4. Who are the... Consti is done with his lap. King, where does he go? Does he get personal pole position? No, but he goes P6. So they did improve on his lap, but not enough to get pole position. So Shaza gets the pole position on his debut. in this league. I know him already that he is fast. Shazza gets the pole position in this French Grand Prix. Sully gets P2, Bobby P3, Kirazo P4, Jersey P5, King P6, Capison P7, Yursu P8 with the mediums, which is, I mean, if he would have gone with the softs, he could have been ahead of Jersey even. Yeah, maybe Kirazo. Maybe. But at least depends. Consti P9, Genie P10, Emin P11, surprisingly, Aviation Guy P12 and Woody P13, so he's lost. Lost on the starting grid. Yeah, my commentating is a little rusty right now. Since the last time that I commentated was a week ago. But yeah. Okay, so the Dutchie apparently is the guy who never should have been in this lobby. Is he even in the car? No, he's not in the car, so he's not in the car. We have the still 13 drivers, which is very good, very good, very good. Formation lab is going to start now. We see, or at least I see, that most of the drivers are on the hearts, or the top 4 at least. And there you go, Shaz already spawned on the formation lap, like I do as well. Because I can't be, because I just, that's the way I am. Constantly just sitting on the formation lap and has been disqualified. Most of just went for the mediums. The hearts. For the hearts. For this race, which is somewhat surprising. Only Jersey and Yursu went for the mediums. Honestly, it's very surprising that most of the judges went for the hearts. But yeah, not so just for the hearts. So we can see some different strategies. And as well, if there's going to be a very good safety car for the media runners, this is going to basically send the whole grid to a very compromised situation where basically they will not know if those the mediums are gonna take till the end, because if the for example, if the safety car is gonna go out at lap 8, it's gonna take about 2-3 laps, so it's gonna be lap 11, 16 laps on those mediums, when they're supposed to last like 11-12 laps. I mean, you could take them, but it's gonna be but at the end, hearts are gonna be way faster. But yeah, we will see. Sully already on the grids. In his grip position. Bobby not in his car. Many disqualifications, King, Kirazo, Shaza, but Bobby's not in his car. Surprising, Jesus Christ, as well. Capisons, oh, there was a spin from Woody, just a doing some donuts, I guess, to get the rear tires heated up. Okay, but this is now as well, Bobby's AI has to get into the grid spot. And it is lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights are out. And away we go here in the French Grand Prix. Bobby's eye gets an amazing start, but we don't care about that. Sully and Shaz are side by side. Is Jersey all of a sudden in the mix as well for the P1, and he's in the lead on the X of turn 2. Shazza just completely off track, and there's a virtual safety car because Consti just did not move. But Jersey getting an amazing start from P5 now up to P1. The same with Yursu from like P9. It was P9, wasn't it? P8, sorry, P8 to P4. Very impressive. Took that good of a start. Shazza just got a very poor start. I mean, he didn't get the worst start. He was still side with Solly and Jersey. What the hell has happened to King? I mean, Woody has no front wing. King is out of the race. What has happened? On the virtual safety car. And anyways, Yursu up to P3, overtaking his AI teammate, Ghosted AI teammate. But I'm still very confused. What has happened with Woody and King? Because Woody has no front wing and King has no car anymore. Very, very weird. Genie as well in the pits. Very interesting. What has happened? Genie with front wing. I mean, I'm very confused. What has happened on lap 1? On the virtual safety car, which usually you go very, very slowly. You go very cautiously in there. Very confused. Okay, we move on. Lap 2. And Kirazu already gets a 3 seconds. On lap 2, a 3-second time penalty. I mean, it could have been as well because he was forced out wide. That could have been as well, but if it was just by his own mistakes, just running out wide, it's a very rookie mistake. A very, very rookie mistake. Yursu's very close behind Solly, though Solly has more ERS than Yursu. Emin has overtaken Bobby's AI. I mean, I won't even say if they overtook the Bobby's AI because it just was this like something. Shazza is trying to overtake Yursu into turn 12 now. Yursu just all of a sudden from being very close to Solly, now being behind it, or now being overtaken by Yursu, I should say. What has happened with them? And Kirazo now in the pits. What is happening? Is this a front wing change as well? I mean, it probably is. And DRS has been enabled, yet a front wing change. Yeah, it is a front wing change. Shurja and Solly fighting for P1, the best place to overtake, because now Shurja is gonna get the DRS. I think. Jesus Christ, this lag. Shazza has a better straight line speed, I see. Side by side into turn 8, but Shazza's on the inside. Shazza is trying to go around the outside of turn 9. There is space. He cut a little bit of the corner, and he is ahead of Jersey. So Jersey drops down from P1 to P3 in 2 sectors. Actually, yeah, 2 sectors. And he's on the medium, so he should have been faster, but as well, the skill that Solly and Shazza have, I know Shazza, he is very quick. And Solly, we all know in this league that he can fight. At least I know him enough. That they can fight even if they are on hards, and for example Shazza and Yursu are on the mediums. Shazza is still trying to overtake him, but not activating the DRS. He doesn't want to overtake him here. He knows he's faster than Solly. He knows that he's faster than Solly. Turns into the tricky part to turn 5. The lag is still there. The lag is still there. So I'm still very confused. Woody with a 3-second time penalty. Shazza gets a DRS, but he's 6 tenths behind Solly. It's not looking great for him at the moment. It's not that much gaining. He's gained a tenth, about 2 tenths. So like it's fairly close. It's now a little bit of a train. Kira's with another 3-second time penalty. Another one. 6 seconds on lap 4. At this pace, he is going to be getting disqualified from this race because just of too many penalties. Too many 3-second time penalties. Shazza seems to be very quick in the third sector, or quicker at least compared to Solly. So he could use this as advantage, but not the way that I would expect as he spins on the exit of turn 14. And Shazza with the scale makes a quick 360, and he's dropped him to P4, 1.5, 1.7, well, now 1.6 seconds behind Yursu, and 2.8 seconds, 2.9 seconds behind ahead of Emin. Jersey, does he have the DRS? Because he was barely in the DRS. 1 point, a very difficult exit. He has not. I mean, yeah, he has not got the DRS. I was trying to say a little bit of a different sentence. Woody spins on the exit of the final corner. Does he have the front wing? Does he have the front wing? Yeah, I mean, what I see, he has the front wing. So, but Shazza already within a second of Yursu. Okay, okay, Woody, mate. What the? Woody, what the? What are you doing? Okay, that is a full course safety car. That is a bad. Nah, Woody. That is considered, at least in my eyes. Oh, Jersey, such a rookie mistake. Such a rookie mistake from Jersey, getting a 5-second time penalty, overshooting the braking to the pits, and now changing to the right combat of tires, but with a 5-second time penalty that he can't remove. But back to Woody. Woody, you were talking so much. I know that it's been so many months of it, but you've been saying that you're way faster than us, but you're doing this stuff, and you're causing, on purpose, safety cars. That is, I don't think that is ban. I don't know if that's bannable, but that's a race ban. That's probably a race ban for you. Like, mate. Just get a grip of things. Okay, so apparently MG King wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I guess he didn't know that he had that, but... Yeah, I guess Woody didn't know that, but I mean... but still, I mean, in what league is that allowed? In what league is that even allowed? Kirazu goes into the pit to change to his heart, probably. Yeah, I went pretty quiet because on the safety cars there's nothing really to talk about. And so I'm just checking Discord what is happening just to keep up with it, to as well informing what is happening. Like for example, King. He just wasn't paying attention, and he just went into somebody. I don't know who, but into somebody, and he just, yeah. So yeah, like Woody. I mean, yeah, I get it that you had a ray-wing damage, but in what league can you actually do it? Can you actually do that? Because I don't think in any sort of league can you even like crash on track on purpose just because you're pissed how the race went. So just crash on track on purpose to cause a safety car. I mean, probably it wasn't your intention, but still, from my experience, it very much looked like that it was a on purpose caused safety car. And as I talked about the safety car, it is in the pits. It'll be in this lap. So Solly is going to be controlling the pace. Let me just check how many people have pitted. I mean, obviously I could tell what it is, but anyways, Shozi, Shaza, Yursu, Kirazu, and Genie. Shaza 20 laps on those hards. It's gonna be mediums. They're gonna on those mediums. It's gonna be very difficult to take them till the end if you're gonna try to do that as well with Kirazu and Genie. For Yursu and Shozi, it is till the finish line. For others, it's a pit, or for Shaza, Kirazu, and Genie, it's a difficult one. But Solly, is he going? His. So the race hasn't restarted. Emin slightly sleeping, and Bobby's AI was causing a little bit of a, I mean, not really a carnage. I mean, just like Capizons is like 1.3, 1.4 seconds behind Emin now, 1.5 even. Shozi's 5 seconds is still gonna be a problem for him. Shaza just has so much speed on those mediums compared to Shozi's Harrods. He's so close behind him. He is gonna be trying to overtake him already. He knows that he's faster. Shozi is using as well Yares. There goes Aviation Guy, but I need to see Shaza and Shozi for the second time. They're going side by side into turn 8. And Shaza makes it with Dawn. I think there's a little bit of contact between him and Shozi. Shozi though managed to save it, but from that camera angle that I got, I don't know if they hit each other or not, but not that massive that you could completely see. But yeah, Aviation Guys spun on the in turn 7. Kira's overtakes Bobby's AI, and there goes Shaza. There goes Shaza, the pole sitter from this race, and probably the fastest man on the track at the moment. It would have been. Has spun on the exit of turn 12, and now he's down in P9. So it is looking very good for drivers like Shozi and Yursu to get a dub in this race. I mean, it's now for Yursu since he doesn't have a 5-second time penalty, obviously. Capizon's a 3-second time penalty for him. It's so easy to get warnings. You can pretty much get that to every single corner. In every single corner, there is a possibility. Turn 1, in turn 1, cuts a little bit too much on the entry. Turn 2 on the exit. Turn 3 on the apex or on the inside. Turn 4 as well on the inside. Turn 5 maybe on the exit. Turn 6 on the exit. Turn 7 on the inside. on the apex and on the exit. Turn 8 on the inside, turn 9 on the inside and on the exit. Turn 10, maybe you turn a little bit too much on the inside or underestimate the turn in. A little bit of contact between Kirazu and Yursu in turn 12. In turn 12 on the exit of it, and maybe on the inside. Yeah, turn 11 pretty much the same. Turn 13, you can't really too much. Well, that is a little bit way too close. Again, it's getting too close between Kirazu and Yursu. This has been enabled. Yursu with so little ERS. Jersey has so much of ERS. I mean, it's half the battery, 62% at the moment. But then for Yursu, it's like almost none. For Kirazu as well, almost none. Genie, about 40%. There goes Shaza yet again. Soli has almost full. Emin has absolutely zero pace. He's 3.6 seconds behind. Capizons has less ERS than Emin. Shorzy, yeah, Shorzy I already talked about. Can Capizons get Emin on this straight into turn 8? On the inside, a little bit shallow. Oh, there goes Capizons, there goes Emin, there goes Shorzy as well. Massive carnage, and that is a full course safety car again, caused by Emin's and Capizons contacts. I mean, Capizon just went so tight on the corner. I mean, it was just ridiculous how tight he went. And then he hit Emin. They both span. Capizons was hit by Shorzy, who has now front wing damage and has now down in P5. Capizons is out of the race. Yursu has no front wing. Genie all of a sudden P4. Soli's still out there. Still staying out. Damn. Still staying out while most of the drivers are now pitting. If Bobby's AI is pitting, that means that you should be pitting pretty much. But the aviation guy is still not pitting. Shaza spun on the entry of the pits, I guess then. Shaza 5 seconds time penalty. Yeah. I guess re-wing damage. I'm guessing. I don't know. But all of a sudden, Shorzy, who was the favorite for this race, could be even Yursu. I mean, it's still Soli who is the contender still, but he still has to pit. He's still with aviation guy, the drivers who have not pitted on this race. They are the only drivers who have not pitted. Very nice lag. Very nice lag. All of a sudden, Solid just goes off track in a straight line and just almost goes into the wall. Beautiful. Even with that lag, it's so weird that he just goes off track, almost hits the wall, when in reality he's just going straight. But yeah. Very interesting what happened between the Capizons and Emin. I mean, pretty much caused a whole carnage. And all of a sudden, Kirazu and Genie are in P2 and P3. Kirazu with 6 seconds of penalty, so that's gonna be a massive down for him. Shorzy now took his 5 seconds off. I mean, so somewhat it's an alright situation that he got the 5 second off, but on the second side, I mean, he's now behind Yursu. He has to overtake Yursu, aviation guy, Genie, and Kirazu. Aviation guy, well, even though you won the league race from like Joe by 3 seconds, it's still it's still the fact that you can't escape that in this race you don't have pace. You just don't have pace, because this track isn't, I wouldn't really call it even like a keyboard friendly track, because if one track is a controller track, more like of a controller track, that was way too close. That was way too close between Aviation and Genie. Way too close. You could, that was probably like 5 millimeters in that. Like, maybe not that low, but I don't know, like 4 centimeters, 5. For those who use miles, I don't know. Or to be honest, if someone uses miles, then probably it's from UK, and they use meters as well, though. I think. Might as well some. I have no clue. Safety car should be in on the exit of this lap. Again, Solly is gonna be the leading driver. Blah 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 blah. Again, the same, pretty much. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to look, since Urso and Shorzy are down in P5 and 6 behind Aviation, Genie and Kirazo, which in this race they are not the fastest, especially Aviation. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. And Emin, I mean, last season he was competing for the championship. This race, absolutely zero pace. Absolutely zero pace. I don't know what has happened with him. Solly, again, controlling the pace. And then safety car, and he is going to be, again, the same restart, the same thing, yep, the same thing. On the exit of the final corner, he's going to speed off, and the race has been restarted. Kirazo did not sleep the same as Emin did with him. Yurson Shorzy, Aviation goes off track on the exit of turn 1, the 2, and Shorzy spins on the exit of turn 2. Drops onto P8, basically lost, and he's several seconds behind P7. Solly obviously keeps his lead. You have to remember he still has to pit as Emin now spins. Both of the Williamses spun in basically matter of few corners, and almost shows he took out Emin again. What is happening with Williams at the moment? Just Emin just having no pace overall in this race, and again, and now spinning, and Shorzy having a decent race, but now spinning on the X of turn 2. The pace is nowhere for Emin, and Shorzy just not getting it. Okay, and let's not banter anymore, Williams, and let's focus on the actual race. Solly's still in the lead. Oh, again, lag, beautiful. But Kiros is not actually that far away from Solly. But Kiros is using loads of ERS compared to Solly's. They're on fairly similar amounts of ERS. I mean, Solly has like few percentages more, but still, I mean, like 67 compared to 60. For the same, Kirazo gets another 3 seconds time penalty, so that is 9 seconds already. That is 9 seconds now. Yursu with the 3 seconds that he got. Was that the 3 seconds? Yeah, 3 seconds, so that could set him back a little bit. DRS, yeah, still not available. Still not available. Yursu is trying to overtake Genie. He's slowed down on the straight for some reason. Yursu is very low on ERS. He's using loads of it. He's from top 4. He has the lowest amount of ERS. So he has to watch out for that. He is definitely getting to the end of this race. I don't know how about Kirazo and Genie, but For you, gentlemen, the main rival you could say is Genie, since he has no penalties and he's ahead of him. Solly still has to pit. Kirazu with 9 seconds. I mean, those 9 seconds, he cannot get those 9 seconds off. Since, I mean, that first 3 seconds that he got on lap 2, that I could have believed. But not now with the 9 seconds. Kirazu fairly close behind Solly. Again. But Kirazu, you can see by the amount of URS that Solly has way more than Kirazu now. Beautiful lag, beautiful. Now, is Kirazu gonna try and overtake Solly into turn 8? Solly is using ERS. Yes, he is. He sees this. Kirazu catching up to him. He's catching. Side by side into turn 8. He's on the inside. Solly keeps the outside, but he backs out of it. Kirazu, our new race leader. I think that's just Solly lagging so much because everyone else is not lagging. Aviation overtakes Bobby, the AI. Although, to be honest now, Bobby's AI is trying to overtake him. Meanwhile, up front, the same thing. Solly is trying to re-overtake Kirazu in turn 11. Into turn 12, is he gonna try and send him maybe around the outside? No, but he saw that Kirazu is low on energy. He's low on energy. So maybe he can get something, but Solly is still not coming into the pits. He is not going into the pits. There's some more and more clouds on track. Could we see some rain in this race? Maybe that's why Solly has been out on track for so many laps with those 2 safety cars. Maybe that is it. Maybe that is it. Bobby's AI is still catching up to Aviation Guy. Shows he has been catching up to Bobby and Aviation Guy. Genie gets a 3-second time penalty. So that's for Yursu, it is more of a relief, you could say, that he doesn't need to overtake Genie and then get the 3-second on him. Solly gaining on Kirazu like the RB19 this season. And he's ahead of Kirazu into turn 8. And guess what we've done with that straight line speed of a RB19 this season. I mean, the RB19 this season is great everywhere. Straight line speed is absolutely crazy. Cornering is crazy. Just everything is crazy in that car. Solly still has to pit. He still has to pit. But the track is getting darker and darker. Lap after lap. Could we see some rain in this race? I mean, it was pretty dark in qualifying. There wasn't any rain. It is getting darker and darker out here. Maybe this is why Solly has been out on track for this long. To just keep the lead. But maybe, just maybe, because I don't know if actually this is why Solly has been out here on track for so many laps on the same hards. Kirazu with the DRS, he's not gonna be able to overtake him into the car, into turn 8. Shows he overtakes Bobby's AI. And he is gonna get Aviation Guy as well on the main straight. And he's up to P5. It's 9.4 seconds behind Yursu. Yursu has a 3-second time penalty. He needs to get at least within 8 seconds of Yursu. Or at least 7. To get within Kirazu's 9 seconds if he wants maybe something. We'll see. Rain is still not here. Solly is still out on track. Is he pitting? it looked like it, but that was just a very heavy understeer. Kirazu with another 3-second time penalty, so shows he is within that 12 seconds already. Because, I mean, he is like, let's say 10 seconds plus the 8, 10, 7 cents. Yeah, he is within it. But we'll see, can he maintain that? At the moment, he can't! Solly has been disconnected from the session. His game crashed or something, and he's out. And the rain is here. The rain is here at the same time. That's so unlucky for Solly. Solly's AI is fighting back from Kirazu, but Kirazu now is ahead of Solly, and the AIs are not that quick, as we see with Bobby. That is so unlucky for Solly. That is so unlucky. He was gonna get the dub home, but the game just said nah, and decided to kick him out. Kirazu is in provisional P1, but at the moment, or on track P1, but Genie is at the moment provisional P1, as he has only 3-second time penalties. A 3-second time penalty with Yursu, but Yursu just can't get him. It might depend as well with Solly. Can he get him back? Can he get back into the lobby? Solly's AI is very aggressive at the moment. Really trying to take Yursu, but through the corners, Yursu is gonna pull away from him and all of that. He's just barely keeping up with Genie. DRS has been disabled, so it is wet enough. And no one took the gamble to pit the previous lap, actually. Very surprising, since there's no DRS. There's the overtaking is obviously gonna be harder. Kirazu with another 3-second time penalty. Jesus Christ, he's actually trying to collect these 3 seconds like an absolute madman. Genie with no grip on the X of turn 9. Yursu, can he get him into turn 10? Genie's very defensive. Into turn 10. Yursu on the inside, Genie on the outside. And Yursu on the inside is still into turn 11. Genie tries to switch back in, but Yursu cuts off. And Kirazu spins on the X of turn 12. I call it that 12, but that is 11. So Yursu is now in the lead. But everyone is going into the pits, obviously. Into the pits. Everyone into the pits. Is anyone gonna go over the speed limit? Kirazu did with now 18 seconds. No, that's 20 seconds of penalties. Shows you now taking it easy. Nothing to panic. Aviation guy as well in. Everyone is in. And this is what we want. This is what we like. Yursu, can he get that? He's just about manages to hold on to the P1 after the pit stops. Although shows you for the wets. Although Genie is inside of him, as that sounds weird. Very weird. They're inside of each other. What the fuck? As weird as it may sound, they're inside of each other. Emily with a 3-second time penalty. Shows you with the wets out here on track, so maybe he's trying to go for a long term. Yursu and Genie, they're still fighting. Kirazu again spun on the X of turn 7. Genie and Yursu. Turn 8, turn 9, Genie on the inside, Yursu on the outside. They're still fighting. Genie gets a very bad exit. Yursu gets a better exit, but Genie now on the comeback. Can he get him? Now he is on the inside of turn 10. And into turn 11 as well. And he got him. Yursu now cuts back into on the inside of turn 11. This is great racing between these two. Into turn 12, they're still side by side. Yursu on the outside, but Genie now is ahead. Yursu's trying to really switch back him. Kirazo crashes out. Is it gonna be a full course safety car? Or maybe a VSC? I don't think it's nothing. But Yursu gets the better exits out of the final corner. And gets the lead for a little bit, but they're still going side by side. Yursu with a little bit more of the top speed. Start contact, no. Yursu left the minimal space, but there's still no contact. Yursu's ahead, but Genie is still looking at his gearbox. Closer and closer. And this is a great racing between these two. Shows the other went 12 seconds behind Sully, and that is his AI. So he's struggling so much with the grip. As long as it hasn't paid off for him. Maybe later on, maybe 2 laps. That's why he went for the wets. But at the moment he's nowhere. And Jersey has spun on the exit of turn 6. At this point, this race just for Jersey has not gone down the same as it did in Bahrain. Genie and Yursu, they're so close between. They're still fighting for a P1. Their first win of the season. I probably think the first win in the F1 in this league. Or at least in this tier, in F1 22 X-Play, equal, because there's the realistic side now, which I'm racing. Yeah. Yursu has now pulled off a little bit of a gap. And lap 22 has started. Sully's still not in. Sully's still not in. Let me just check what's happened with Sully. Probably saying in the Discord, like, what is this? Whatever. Okay, I'm coming to get my password right. But yeah, very bad, very bad. Yeah, so apparently Shazza's R2 sticker has died. I guess that. I mean, I'm not saying that that is an excuse that he's trying to make up, but I've never heard of that. Maybe that can actually happen. Yeah, Joe, I know that he's getting a punishment for that. I saw that like half an hour later when you said that, but still, I mean, I knew that he was gonna get a punishment for it if it was even on purpose or not. Let me just check the comments for a second. Okay, what the hell? The comments are just doubled for me. Aviation guy saying hi, I'm sorry, I'm aviation guy. Okay, yeah, but yeah, Joe, I knew that he was gonna get a big punishment, like even before you gave me that. But yeah, Sully could have actually won this race, unfortunately, if his game would not have died. Yursu gets another 3-second time penalty, has 6 seconds now. So provisionally now, Genie is in the lead. yeah, I'm dying as well. So provisionally Genie is in P2, the P1. After the penalties, 4 laps to go. Yurisu really needs to pick up the pace to get that win. The gap is 1.9. He's increasing the gap. Now that he has got that 3 second, he's absolutely, it's hammer time. And just push to the limits. It's either win or P2. Or it's either win or P3. I mean, no, Solly completed most of the race, so his AI, I think, will count. But as well, they need to remember that to not get any more penalties or mass amount of penalties like Kirazu got 20 of them. But yeah, the gap, 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds. The margin is, I mean, you can do math. If you can't do the math, skill issue. No, but in all of seriousness, like it's like a second. It's now 8 tenths, 7 tenths. Yurisu gained like half a second through the 6 and 7, through turn 6 and 7. All of a sudden, Genie is very quick on the straights, but then Yurisu just manages to pull out from him in the corners. And see, and Genie has massive problems on the exit of turn 9. Emin and Aviation Guy fighting for P4. Down into turn 8. Yeah, Emin has got him. With the penalty, oh yeah. Aviation Guy has 15 seconds of penalties. Emin has 3. So I mean, it really was just for entertainment, you could say. But the entertainment is here. Who is gonna get the dub? Who is gonna get the first dub of the season for themselves, and probably in this tier the first one for themselves? Probably Yurisu has gotten already a lot of wins in his career on this game or in other games, or in probably in this even league previously. But in this, no, actually he has gotten a dub as well already in this tier. So it's either Yurisu's first win of the season and second win in this tier, or it's Genie's first win in this tier and of the season, obviously. So we would have 2 for 2 if we would say different winners, but I mean, it's anyone's gonna be. The gap 2.9 is looking better and better for Yurisu. He knows that he has the pace. He is gaining loads through the first sector. Then he just needs to maintain that gap through sector 2, sector 3. He just needs to maintain that gap through those 2 corners, and then he's gonna pull away from in the first sector. The gap has now dropped down to 2.7, but Yurisu knows that he has the pace. He knows that he has the pace. He has been gaining through turn 6 and 7, and on basically like sector 1 every single time. And to be honest, like every single time in the corners. Or not really every single time. Genie makes a mistake on the exit of 12. And now Yurisu is in the lead. It's very close between these 3. The gap is 3 seconds. Yurisu has 6 seconds, and Genie has 3 seconds. The gap is now down to 2.7. Yurisu has made a massive mistake on the exit. Or Genie just all of a sudden just found the grip like Yurisu hasn't. Maybe as well the fact that Genie, I think he's on a full TC compared to Yurisu's like, I don't know, medium TC or no TC. I don't know. The throttle input though, okay, yeah, it is full TC though. It is full TC, I think. But still, Yurisu gaining, it doesn't matter. Yurisu is getting loads through turn 6 and 7. Although he didn't gain that much through there. He didn't gain that much through there though. The gap is still like 2.9. It's very close. It's very close in the top. Who is gonna get the win? This penultimate lap, and in like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Okay, maybe not 30, now 20 seconds. Yursu is gonna start the final lap. The gap is 3.1 at the moment. Yursu is gonna get the win. Shozi gets a 3-second time penalty, but he is already 18.2 seconds behind on the wets. His strategy did not work. He is completely like outside of the any sort of entertainment. I mean, pretty much everyone is besides Yursu and Genie. The final lap. The gap 3.1. Who is gonna get the win? Yursu or Genie? Haas or Mercedes? Finland or Ireland? Had to quickly look it up. The gap has increased to 3.4 now. 3.2. 3.4. 3.3. It is very close. Both of them are going to be using all of their battery that they've got, which is basically none. Or not really none, but you know, I mean, look at the state of those batteries. 6%, 6%, they're basically nothing. The gap is now 3.5. The pressure is on. Or pressure. I mean, it has been on for like few laps, but now this is higher than ever. Shozi leaves the session, but his result is gonna count anyway, since he has done every single lap besides this one. If Yursu doesn't make a mistake, or Genie all of a sudden gains like a second, Yursu is gonna get the win. The penultimate corner, and then the final corner. The gap looks to be stable. 3.6. Yursu now down to the finish line. It has stayed. So Yursu gets the first win, his first win of the season. Genie gets the P2. Sully, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna get his P3, probably, since he did most of the race. He did most of the race, so he's gonna get the P3, I think. Emin P4. Aviation Guy P5, and then Shozi P6, because Bobby's AI just did the whole race. Literally the whole race. Shozi is gonna get P6 with the standings. It's gonna be very close because Yursu has got now the dub. Yursu got the dub, so it's gonna be very close in the top, but I think still Shozi should be still keeping his championship lead. Although Sully got the P2 and now P3. I don't know if is it with the fastest lap, but could it be as well that Sully could be taking the championship lead? Could be as well. It might depend, but anyways, Yursu gets his first dub of the season, finishing 4 cents out of Genie in the closing stages after the penalties. Of course, Genie P2, Sully P3, Emin P4, Aviation Guy P5, Shozi P6. Why P6? Because Bobby basically did his whole race in AI mode. Or not really AI mode, he couldn't do really much, but you know what I mean. Kirazu, Shazam, Capizons, Woody, King, and Consti did not finish the race. You could as well say Bobby did not finish the race, but I mean, come on. I mean, if we would only count the ones that finished the race, then it would be like 4 people. Okay, actually 5. Yursu, Genie, Emin, Aviation Guy, and then no, actually 4. Actually 4. It will be actually 4. Oh dear. Yeah. Next race. Next race is gonna be Singapore. Singapore. Yeah. Round 3 is gonna be Singapore. Around the Marina Bay, obviously. Yeah. It might depend on the standings, but I think it's gonna be either Solly or Jersey. It's gonna, I mean, 18, 15 points, that's gonna be about 33. Yeah, 33, 25 plus 7. Yeah, Jersey's he's gonna keep the lead in the standings. Unless, I mean, years ago P5 or P4 in Bahrain, and obviously he got the win in here, then he's gonna get the lead. But if nothing other than that, then it's gonna be Jersey who's gonna keep the lead in the standings. Yeah, like I said, now this is the third time I think, or fourth time even. Next race is gonna be Singapore. So see you guys next week.